So next up, we have our second customer story. We have with us Chase Ehler. He is a senior IT manager with a company called Penco Products. Their story is quite a bit different, where DMI has been a longtime XA customer and a CPQ customer for the past few years. Penco is actually embarking on a migration to XA from SAP and implementing CPQ to replace the SAP configurator. So a very different story to tell. So I'd asked Chase if he would share his story, knowing that they're about to go live, hopefully October, the first week in October. So Chase, if you wouldn't mind just introducing yourself and a little bit more about Penco Products, I'd appreciate it.
Everybody hear me all right?
Oh, I can hear you now. Yep.
Okay, if you hear any pounding, ask my plant manager to stop production, but he said it's the sound of money and he's not stopping. So
no problem.
Yeah. So we're Penco Products. We are a supplier and manufacturer of locker and shelving products. We focus mainly on lockers, but we do a good bit of shelving and then garment products as well. We have a distribution network throughout North America, and I think we got about like 10 or 11 warehouses. You know, our logistics and distribution is about half the company, and then the manufacturing is about the other half. So we're in the middle of an implementation, so I apologize for not having everything laid out. But our bread and butter is lockers, and we're coming. We can go to the next slide. You want to go into this?
Sure. And similarly, I put their structure together as well. So on the left-hand side is the AS400 or Power 9, I guess. And they are in the process, as I mentioned, of going from SAP on a 400 to XA release 10. They will be bringing up NetLink in a purely graphical user interface, no green screen. And that is, like I said, in progress, hoping to go live here in a couple months. They have 70 concurrent XA users and are multi-site as well. And then on the left side, or on the right side, you'll see the CPQ configurator is also on premise, and it's in progress. And their dealer portal application is the CPQ sales portal application. Again, with utilizing the UIG tool from ISE to help support the bidirectional integration. All right, back to you, Chase.
So we first started our journey much like John here. It's refreshing actually to hear his story first, because almost everything he told you all is echoed from us, our experience. We started really, I think we purchased and got going in 2019, Terry. And
I think so.
We're coming from a legacy SAP system. We hadn't had any updates installed on it since 2008. So, we've been very fortunate to not have the system crash on us and, make it to the point we are now. But throughout the years, we weren't able to update our configurator. The person who originally programmed and wrote it passed away. And it kind of was always a theory at Penco. Nobody touched the configurator because we were scared to break it. And, the results of this is if we ever had I guess this should have been in the history section, but the result of that is if we ever wanted to launch a new product line, new standard features, anything like that, we would actually hard bill every single part in our system. And you're talking about consuming engineering resources, taking forever to bring a new product to actual market. It was causing a lot of stress on not just the system, but employees, the company. So the choice was made. We've been trying to get a new ERP system. We ended up going with XA, and in turn with that, getting the new configurator. I think we actually were sold on the configurator first, and then we were like, okay, what ERP systems can we go with to go along with that? And so CPQ is what sold us on the whole project. We also have in-house quoting software, and we had that developed custom. We distribute it to every one of our distributors, however many salespeople they want. They install it on their local computers. And after that point, you know, what happens after that, you know, it's a free-for-all. So we have some customers, they have older versions of the software with old pricing. You know, our whole quoting system is just all over the place. And when we originally started our ERP project, you know, we did a gap analysis, and we found over 50% of our gaps were before the order ever got to our building. So, you know, the quoting, the configurator, you know, those are probably two of the leading factors for us exploring actually getting a new ERP. The original goal, and now that we decided we were going to replace it, was, you know, everybody wanted it what we're quoting a no-touch order, and John had the same thing on his, where a customer can create an order, the parts that go on the order are validated. You know, you shouldn't be able to have a 24-inch wide door on a 16-inch wide locker. It just won't work. The way we also sell accessories, so we wanted to be able to add accessories to our order and upsell our customers and make sure that they get accessories that work with what they order. And you know, the ultimate goal would be to have it actually do a whole takeoff, similar to how John said, where I have a drawing, you know, a floor plan or something similar, and be able to say, okay, this many lockers will run on this wall, this many will run on that. That's the end goal. And you know, so that's where we were trying to go by getting CPQ and a quoting solution with it. And we, at the time, we went with Sales Portal. We'll get back to that. The other thing was the automatic pricing, especially now with the way the supply chain is, you know, making sure you get accurate pricing on your quotes. Very important. That way we could recoup our costs on our surcharges and everything. Like I said before, when we had our software, the versions kind of fragmented. It was a free-for-all on what the quotes actually came with, the pricing on them, and then ran into all kinds of issues. So that is the number one goal of this whole project, is getting that part fixed. The you know, other goals, the kind of fancier stuff, if we could automate our 2D drawings. We have a whole department, you know, dedicated to getting elevation drawings and whatnot to our distributors so they can bid jobs correctly. And you know, we offer that service, but it's pretty labor intensive if you can imagine. So the more we could do to automate that, the better. And then, you know, also taking some time, you know, helping out our customer service team and having a customer portal for a customer to check their order status, their invoices, etc. Those are all major gaps that we had, you know, going into this project and the goals that we had for, you know, going to CPQ. Where we're at now, this is where our story is a little bit different than John's. Is we're still in pre-implementation. So, you know, we started our journey in 2019. Then everybody knows along came COVID. Resources got thin, not just at our company, but you know, support channels. We had several issues along the road that had delayed our project. But you know, we got our configurator built. That's the main thing. We were able to go in and discontinue old options in the configurator. We were able to add in whole product lines to CPQ. We, you know, standardized. We have a big standardization project going on here. So we're really trying to push to customers, you know, buy our standard product, and then if you want to buy any kind of special options or anything, make sure they get upcharged for it. And with the configurator, you're actually able to like present those rules to people, prompt them, let them know it's going to cost more, and that might drive them more to get the special or the standard product. They can still order the special, but kind of before we were letting our customers run all over us and just order whatever they wanted, and then we weren't properly getting our money for it. So that's great thing. We were able to get it built. We only have one rules writer, which talking with some other companies is, they have 2, 3, sometimes more. So I can say, he was able to do that. We did leverage a lot from Renaissance Tech during that time to help write our rules. I heard Charles was getting pretty good at that. Charles is great at everything, by the way.
Thank you.
So, we like the configurator. Everything is good with that. We haven't got it started on our 2D drawings. That kind of was like, let's get it live, then we're going to worry about the drawing. Sales really wants that part in there. So that's, once we get live, we get everything stable, that's going to be the next big push. And the quoting solution, we started with Sales Portal. We quickly found out that it probably, maybe not quickly found out, but when we really started pushing it, it's not delivering on our needs as a company. So we're looking at possibly using enterprise quoting. And, on top of that, comes moving to CPQ Cloud. So the plans is kind of what we were just talking about. So possibly moving to CPQ Cloud enterprise quoting, like our quoting solution is kind of up in the air. We've been working with them, adding the 2D drawings, and then the end goal is to be able to do a full takeoff with CPQ. I know some people out there, we've seen demos of it, at very complex rule sets where you can actually do layouts. And if we can get to that point, it would be pretty revolutionary for the locker business, because we don't really know any real competitors of ours that has that feature yet. So where we're trying to get, and of course getting live, moved everything into our production instance yesterday, so I'm pretty excited about it. And then Charles helped me get it running right. Lessons learned. So this is the scary part, I'm sure, for Sherry. But there's good, bad, and ugly. And as much as I like CPQ, it's easy to program with. We've been able to get by with using one rules writer, even though it took a while. We found out that the on-premise version, if anybody is thinking of going to that, it's great product, but what you get is what you get. Infor is only really developing anymore for their cloud solution, and they're pretty open about that now. When we first started the project, I wasn't the one who purchased everything, so I won't say that I was exactly aware of what was going on. But if you're happy with what you got, it's great. If you're somebody who's looking towards the future, then you really need to look at the cloud platform, because that seems to be where all the development is going. And I saw I wasn't part of the first 3 sessions, but I did see where y'all were looking at the augmented reality up there, and they got like horizontal columns and stuff. And the cloud configurator has new features that the on-premise one is never going to get. So that's one lesson learned. We could go back and start from the cloud, we would have, but it wasn't certified for XA then yet, so didn't really have a choice. If you're just looking at CPQ and you don't have XA, when we were first shown the demo, and even the training manual and whatnot, they have the whole example of the chair. You add a chair, then you add a pillow. Well, we found out pretty quick that XA doesn't have some of the features that other Infor solutions have, like Sightline. Sightline and I think it was a CSI now, Cloud Suite. I don't know what it's called at Infor, but has the most integration with CPQ. So we weren't able to do some features that were in the marketing material, because when it comes to the actual integration with your ERP system, some things are missing with the XA one. That said, Charles has stepped up with the UIG to overcome some of that. And CPQ is flexible enough where we were able to go in, at least with the on-premise version, and set up custom SQL rules, custom functions in there to get around some of those limitations. So the flexibility there of CPQ is great, but I don't know how that translates into the cloud version, because we haven't actually started using it yet. I wish we could have had more than one rules writer going back. I wish we could have started this without COVID going on. That would have been nice. But that's lessons learned.
Yeah.
As benefits go, the flexibility is great. You know, on CPQ side, I wish it was a little more flexible on the XA side, but it is what it is. So.
Well, thank you, Chase, for sharing your story. I know it's been quite a journey for you, not only from the CPQ side, but also migrating from SAP to XA. It's been a heck of a journey, lots of bumps and bruises along the road. So I appreciate your time.
Trust me, I've been talking to everybody today, and we've been going over go live plans, and I keep on reminding everybody, you know, we had SAP for 22 years, the same install. And over those 22 years, you know, we were still making program changes, you know, a month ago. So, you know, our system is highly tailored. Over 20 years worth of work went into it. I told them, you know, we'll get there with XA. You know, it's not, you can't do it all at once. So everybody's excited about the go live, Sherry. The overall feedback from everybody's been positive.
Excellent.
So it's happening.